Hey third graders, Mr. Bell here. Ready to do some art? Alright, let's go. Today's project is going to be about what is called a value scale. Go ahead and write this at the top of your paper. Value scale. That's where you show the lightness or darkness of a color, from light to medium to dark. And this can all be done with a pencil. What I want you to do next is I want you to fold your paper in half. Just crease it down the middle. Open it back up. Flatten it out. Alright. And underneath where it says value scale, I want you to make 3 rectangles. Like this. These don't have to be perfect. I'm going to put one here. Try to make them the same length though. There's the crease mark right here. So I'm going to put the next one lined up with that crease mark. And the third one I'm going to put in the middle. Again, these rectangles don't have to be perfect. If you have a ruler, you can use that to make them, but this is just for practice here. So what I want you to do next is put a line right down the middle to divide each of these rectangles in half. Then, in between the middle and the edge here, I want you to put another line in between each one. And the same thing on this side. Alright, and there we go. Now we're going to begin our value scale. And on the left here, we're going to color it in very lightly and hold your pencil kind of like sideways like this. And very super lightly. See if you bring this up here so you can see how lightly I'm coloring this in. There we go. This is going to have a very light value. I don't want to see it too much. This is going to be the lightest part. Take your time. Try to stay inside the lines. Very light value to this. Alright, now use your pencil and the next one, push a little bit harder. This is going to have a slightly darker value to it. Artists use this technique all the time in their art to make stuff look more three-dimensional, more realistic, give it more depth. Some little small strokes in there. Alright. The next one, push a little bit harder. Normally you'd show 9 sections in a value scale, but that will take a long time and I'll run out of time for this video, so we're just going to stick to 4 on this. But usually it's 9 in a value scale. Here we go. Small strokes. And the last one, even darker. Like that. Some people like to hold their pencil like this when they do this. Whatever is comfortable for you. Turn your paper sideways if you need to. Alright. There's a value scale from light to medium, medium dark to dark. In the next one, we're going to use lines to do value scale. So put about 3 lines in there, and maybe about 3 going this way, making my lines diagonal. In the next section, put them a little closer together. And this way. And the next one, even closer together. There's different techniques and different kinds of lines you can use to show a value scale. I'm just showing you 3 different ways. There's many more. Using this will give your picture a little bit of a rougher look. And this way up here is a little smoother look. All depends on what your preference is. And in the last section, put them even closer together. You might even push a little bit harder with your pencil, darken it up a little. Turn your paper if you need to. You don't need to go this fast. I do have only a certain amount of time, so you might see me go a little bit faster on sections than even I'm comfortable with. There you go. Value scale from light to dark. Next one, I'm going to use squiggly lines. And the next one, I'm going to add even more squiggly lines. The next one, even more. And the last one, I'm going to add a few more in here. Just a little darker, try to get inside. And the next one, a whole bunch. This one needs to be the darkest, so I have to add more lines. I can even go around the edge like this. There we go. There's 4 techniques. Now, down in the bottom half, I want you to draw a square. Try to make those 4 sides equal. And remember to make all your lines go into the northeast, this direction. 1, 2, 3. Looks like a squared table flipped on its side. We did something similar to this last year. And your horizontal and your vertical line, they should match up parallel. Parallel here. And we'll use this technique. Make the lines diagonal so they're going to the northeast. In the front, we'll put them a little closer together. Yeah, I meant to put one right there. And in here. And on the side, we'll make this value even darker, so we're going to put the lines a little closer together. Vertical, 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 diagonal, 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 diagonal. They're all going to the northeast, so they copy this shape and that shape. And make this solid looking shape look even more 3-dimensional. And then we can add a shadow over here. Add a line like this, and a line like this. This one is the same length as this one, and your northeast line. And this one, The lines will be even closer together for the shadow. That would be the darkest part. And the horizontal lines. There you go. Value scale from light to medium, medium dark to dark. And we'll do one more. Draw a circle. Try to get it as circular as you can. Then come down here to the bottom. Around like this. That's for the shadow. We'll worry about that part later. Now you get your pencil, and we want the light is shining this way down on your shapes, so that's why it's lighter and darker over here. So this will be lighter. So I'm going to put some curvy lines like this very lightly at first. Make this look round. And I'm going to make the dark one here. Sometimes I turn my paper like this. It's easier to do this part if it's upside down. To about there. About here and here. Don't want to go all the way around dark. And this will be nice and dark. We're doing this kind of shading. Dark. Then get some medium dark. Sort of blend it. So it's not as dark as this, but not super light. Try to blend it so you don't see any harsh lines in between. So it gradually gets a little bit lighter. And again, if you'd rather work on it this way, then turn your paper back around this way. There we go. If you ever get a part that comes out too dark, just get your eraser and erase the part off there that you don't want. And as I'm working my way up towards where the light's shining, I'm getting lighter and lighter. Lighter and lighter, trying to keep that round shape going. Erase some of this. I don't want that too much there. Nice and easy. All right. And now I'm going to get my finger and sort of rub it all together. Try to blend it a little bit. There we go. Make it look as 3D as I can in the amount of time that we have. Erase any parts that smudged out. And then the shadow will be the darkest. So you're going to push really hard where the shadow is. I'm going to trace that nice and dark. And what do I have here? Three-dimensional looking. Get your sphere and your, I know, you know what that is. That's a cube. All right. Have a good time with this. Take your time. Can't wait to see them all finished. All right. Take care. Bye-bye now.